One of my favorite series in Shonen Jump right now is One Piece. Along the course of enjoying the adventures of the Straw Hats, I've come to feel very connected to the world and the characters living in it. In this video I want to talk about some of my top favorite characters in the series. The characters are ordered, but besides the top 2, the rankings in my mind change regularly. So don't take the rankings too seriously. This is all my personal opinion, and I rank the characters based on how much I like them in the story and how much they impacted me. So I'm not looking to rank these characters based on their strength or whatever. These are some honorable mentions that didn't make the list, but I still love it as much as most of the other characters on this list. We will get started then with number 10. Number 10. Any of the characters that inspired the coming generations could have been on this spot, but Whitebeard is one of the only characters we saw go down and inspire the masses in his final moments in real time. Not only was he there for his own sons, he also protected minorities, the throne of Pirate King, and his own hometown. Whenever I think of Whitebeard and how he stood there tanking all the hits of Blackbeard without getting a single coward's wound on his back, I get all misty-eyed like Marco did recalling his tale. Number 9. The Marines have a lot of great characters, but my personal favorite has to be Fujitora. I always liked the idea of a good Marine soldier since the beginning of One Piece, but a good Marine Admiral is even better. The fact that he's a sword fighter as well makes him even more badass. The moment that solidified my love for him was of course the end of Dressrosa, when he realized that Luffy is indeed a very kind person and Fujitora called out Akainu for his bullshit. Him as a Marine trying to change the world for the better, even with many blocking his way, is very inspiring, and he even managed to finally better the world a little tiny bit during the Reverie. I'm very excited to see him and the other admirals again in the future story. Number 8. My number 8 is Charlotte Katakuri. Katakuri's character design is immediately striking, and whenever he appeared in the Whole Cake Island arc, you could feel his menacing presence. But what Oda doesn't prepare you for is that he is secretly going to be the best part of the entire arc. His power of Mochi being similar to Luffy's Gomu Gomu no Mi, but stronger in every single way, was a genius decision on Oda's part. A mirror match in a mirror world, with the odds being against Luffy. In the end, the reason that he became the person he is today was to protect his siblings, essentially abandoning his own life and his own pursuits, so his siblings can live comfortably without any worries. The parallels between Katakuri and Luffy became even more apparent when this was revealed to us. Luffy and Katakuri were fighting for the same ideals, to protect the family. The clash between the two ending up being a lesson for Katakuri was an amazing ending to the fight. A villain with the same morals as a protagonist done really well. This is why I love Katakuri. Also, donuts. Number 7. Number 7 is the first Straw Hat on this list. Sanji, my 4th favorite Straw Hat. And now sorry, but Zoro isn't on the list. Sorry Zoro fans. People who make food to share their love are some of the greatest people in the world. And Sanji shares the love he has for his crew, not just through food, but also through his feet. And when it comes to girls, he does it through his smoke too. Sanji is simultaneously the kindest as well as the coolest Straw Hat, oftentimes acting behind the scenes to make a surprise appearance in front of the arc's main antagonist. For example, Eneru during the Skypiea arc, or Crocodile during Alabasta with his whole Mr. Prince shtick. I think he's the most emotional and the funniest Straw Hat in the crew. I still shed a tear when I'm reading his backstories, and I laugh my ass off when I see his bounty poster. That's why he's number 7. Number 6. I really like when Oda brings back a villain from an earlier arc to use them elsewhere in the story, so we can see what more there is to that villain, maybe a different perspective, aside from their original role in the first appearance. I already liked Bellamy a lot the first time we met him, as he tested the Straw Hats and the audience into doubting the dreams of the characters. His philosophy of not believing in pirates' dreams is real interesting. It's probably the most evil thing you can do in a series where almost every character, whether they are good or bad, is pursuing their dreams. Him being a straight up douchebag like this made it very satisfying when Luffy one-shot the guy, crushing both his body and his mentality towards a pirate's dream. When he comes back during the Dressrosa arc, I was very excited because we saw his relationship with Doflamingo wasn't the greatest 2 years prior. During this arc, he became a very sympathetic character for me, and Luffy standing up to Doflamingo for him, even his grade 4 looking similar to Bellamy using his Devil Fruit, was a truly touching moment. Bellamy was just another victim of the Age of Pirates, but in the end he managed to see the light and join the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, which is why he is one of my favorite characters. Number 5. The undoubted best girl in the series, Nico Robin, is my third favorite Straw Hat in the crew. From the get-go, her design is really attractive, and her power is one of the most broken abilities I've ever heard of. She can basically just snap your neck from a distance without any effort. After she joins the Straw Hats, with a few hints of a tragic past sprinkled throughout, she instantly became very likable when she managed to convince each of the Straw Hats separately that she could join the crew. Her backstory is one of the saddest in the series, but for her to finally admit that she wants to live and her fighting to live during the Water 7 arc made her one of my favorite female characters, period. I just love her personality, the dark jokes that contrast with her love for cute things, and how she's like a big sister for the crew, especially for Chopper and Ami. Every person in her life has wanted to see her go down, which is why I love seeing her prove these people wrong. And without saying, she's the hottest and cutest girl in the series, period. Seeing her smile once makes your heart melt. The waifu for laifu. Please give her another fight in Wano Oda, please, I beg you, we need another Robin fight, please. Number 4. Water 7 is the arc that got many of us really into One Piece, and for me, a big part of that was our first big marine villain, Rob Lucci. Never have we gotten a villain with this much bloodlust. Not to mention, he got one of the most badass designs in the series. The facial hair, the top hat, and not to forget, his pet bird, which perfectly contrasts with his dark personality. You might argue that this dude is nowhere near the level of some other villains like Doflamingo or Katakuri, but his fight with Luffy and his overall presence has yet to be matched in the series for me personally. He was a perfect character to show off the dark side of the Navy, very powerful, ruthless, and working in the shadows. I'm excited to see him fight one final time in the series. No matter if it's a Luffy rematch or a fight with any other Straw Hat, I'm going to enjoy that fight to the fullest. Number 3. My favorite non-Straw Hat is the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. 2, Bonk Clay. During Alabasta, I already loved the guy. He was my favorite character inside of Baroque works. But then Oda decides to bring him back for Impel Down and turns this fun minor character into one of the greatest characters in all of One Piece. He single-handedly made Impel Down a 10 out of 10 arc on his own, and he's just one single small character in the arc. Everything the guy does in Impel Down is the essence of what One Piece is about, even though he could have left Luffy alone in the snow dying. Bonk Clay helped him, because succeeding in his own goal won't be good enough when your friend has to fail. Bonchan encouraging Luffy to live as he is trying to resist the poison, and Bon sacrificing his freedom so that Luffy could escape and save his brother. This is what One Piece is about. Helping your friends in need, no matter what. His speech on friends being friends, no matter how long the time you spend with your friends, fits excellently with his character and with the series in general. Another reason I love Bonk Clay is because he's a crossdresser, and yet he's one of the most well-liked and respected characters in the series. I personally think a character like this is a great addition to the world, and in terms of representation of different kinds of people. All in all, Bonk Clay follows the O Kama way. This ain't no joke. Number 2. One Piece has a pretty unique setup when it comes to main characters. While most Shonen Jump manga nowadays start off with a weak protagonist who learns to grow stronger, One Piece instead follows Dragon Ball's example of having a main character who's mainly the strongest guy around and doesn't have that many hardships along the way. Although Luffy does have a fair amount of hardships, but let's see past that. Actually, most of the cast in One Piece is like this. Zoro, Sanji, Frankie, Robin, and of course Luffy are never afraid of a battle, usually easily beat their opponents. But my number 2 favorite character is not like that. His name is Usopp, the brave warrior of the sea. In most shows, I always tend to love the conman, characters who tend to win battles through their smarts and mind games instead of relying on pure strength. Usopp is one of the only characters in One Piece that starts off real weak and every arc gets a little bit stronger. His self-doubt during the Water 7 arc and his constant striving to better himself, both in strength and as a person, is very relatable and inspiring. Usopp also has some of the best dynamics with the cast. Him being in the weakling trio with Nami and Chopper, his hijinks with Sanji and Skypiea, and being the best buddy of his captain, Monkey D. Luffy. Not to mention that Usopp gets some of the funniest moments in the series, like when he beat that one fishman on his own, or when he tried to use his mind games against Enderu, even when he managed to beat Sugar in his own special way. There's also this theory going around that Sniper King is actually Usopp in disguise, but I don't buy it. Actually, I think at this point Usopp has already surpassed Sniper King, so who cares about that, right? All in all, Usopp is my second favorite character in all of One Piece. But him being second place means there's one more character to go, who is my absolute favorite character in One Piece. That being... Number 1. Imagine a monkey with a straw hat, and now he's a human, and he screams a lot, and he cries a lot, and he smiles a lot. Best character ever. Thank you for watching my video all the way through to the end. If you liked it, please be sure to leave a like and comment your own top 5 or top 10 favorite One Piece characters down below. I might make another One Piece video in the future, but I'm not entirely sure of that yet. But if you really want to be there when a video drops, please subscribe as well. I guess that's about all I have to say, so bye bye.